Hey, good morning. This is David Miller with the Miller Realty Group, and I'm here to help you get real estate smart. All right, so today we're going to be talking about the closing cost on the seller side of the equation. So whenever you purchase residential real estate in the state of Florida, there's closing costs that are incurred by the seller, and there's closing costs that are incurred by the buyer. So we're going to talk about the seller side of the equation because it gets a little tricky, and it's good to understand what you're responsible to paying for. First of all, within the contracts, it clearly states within the third page on what you are going to be responsible for. So always Section 9 is going to show that to you. So there's three fees that are going to be charged that are based off of the purchase price of the property. The first one is the brokerage commission. So that's the commission that the seller is paying to their realtor's broker. And that's average is around 6%. And then the other two are the doc stamps and the title insurance. So the doc stamps are determined by the purchase price, and that's set up, that's the money that the county collects. So that's a tax. And that's set up in the state of Florida right now. It's 70 cents per $100, all right? And then the third one is the title insurance. So when you are selling your house, you're providing title insurance to the buyer that the title is good. So there's a cost to that. Now that is not determined by each title company, it's determined by the state. And that is based off the purchase price. And it's for over $100,000 house, which is most purchases nowadays, that's $5 per $1,000. So that's how that's determined. So those are usually your three biggest items that you're going to find on there. The other thing you're going to be responsible for are your property taxes. So in the state of Florida, since your property taxes are paid in arrears, you're going to be responsible for the taxes from January 1st until whatever your close date is. So let's say it's May 5th. So on your closing statement, you're going to be prorated charge from January 1st through May 5th, and you're going to be providing a credit to the buyers because at the end of the year, the buyer's going to get a bill for the full amount. So that's why you're responsible for that. Some other items is there's a title service fee charge. So obviously the title company has to be compensated for all the work that they do to prepare the paperwork, to handle the closing and file all the paperwork. That fee is usually around $500 or so, depends on the title company. Then there's also a title search fee. So what the title company does is when you first do put your house on the market, they're going to go back and see and pull abstract of title to see if there's any problems with the title before it closes. And that's very important that they do that. So there's a fee for that. There's also a charge for a municipal lien search. So what they're also starting to do for the past couple of years is they're going to see if you have any open permits on the property, if you're past due on any liens, or there's anything that may not be known, and they try to uncover that beforehand. So there's a fee for that. That's usually about $140, $150, so it's not too much. And then there might be a typical dock storage fee of maybe $30 that they may charge. And so that's it. So those are the most common seller closing costs you're going to incur during the closing process. Now, before you even list your property, it's important to get what's called a net sheet. And a net sheet can be provided by your realtor that's going to break all those fees down for you and determine what your net number is going to be at the closing table after all these fees are taken out. And the last one we haven't talked about is your mortgage has to be paid off as well. So I think you would agree that before you list your house, it's important to know how much equity you have in the property, because probably when you pull that equity out, you're going to be using that for your next purchase or maybe for other things. So I hope that we allowed you to get real estate smart. And if there's any other subjects you want us to touch on, please let us know. Have a great day.